Gyodo. That's how we welcome ourselves this morning on Hello Port Harcourt. My name is Jude, the dude, or Mamigbe. Now, what does it take for you to do a little more than you've been doing? You see, in this country, in the past 5 years, in fact, since the COVID era, we've seen, records have shown that there's been an increase in the number of civil society groups, philanthropical organizations, foundations. Almost everybody these days is going left and right trying to start one. Now, on the surface, one would argue this is a pretty good thing. It really is, right? Because in the US and in the UK, in fact, in most parts of the EU, there are so many foundations for so many things. Somebody lost a son due to a toothache. The person dies. You know what? I'll start a foundation to raise awareness about tooth deficiency. Somebody has some form of cancer, whether it's leukemia, whether it's prostate cancer. Look, there are so many foundations for almost every challenge there is in this life, right? And each one of these foundations finds a way to meet a certain particular person at their most needful state. But my question this morning is, for us as Nigerians, right? How do we promote philanthropy? Now, recently, you may have caught the news that Aliko Dangote, the chairman of the Aliko Dangote Foundation and president of the Dangote Industries Limited, the Dangote Group, right, has been named among 100 individuals on Time Magazine's newly introduced 2025 Time 100 Philanthropy list. Now, the list, which highlights influential leaders shaping the future of global philanthropy, features Dangote as the only Nigerian amongst the honorees. The only Nigerian. Maybe if Herbert Wigwe was alive, he probably would have been mentioned. I don't know. But we have philanthropists in this country. Some of you know them, right? And yes, the fact that somebody is a philanthropist doesn't mean that the whole world will know them. But if you look very closely at our communities, right, many of the philanthropical organizations, right, are, what's the best word? Yeah, they are seasonal. Christmas, Easter, and Salah. When we'll come back, we hear from you.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
this morning, our topic starter this morning. We're talking about philanthropy, and I asked the question, how can we promote philanthropy, passive philanthropy, not just the seasonal ones, not just the ones that we get to see during Easter, when it's Christmas, when it's Salah, when it's Eid, and you find some people will go around, they come on social media, they ask people, hey, donate some money, let's go buy some food, let's go feed, some of the vagrants, some of the homeless people in our communities, whether you're Christian, you're Muslim, every single naira is appreciated. Yes, all of those things are good, right? It's good to share the spirit with those who are less opportune than you are. However, that's not the only thing that philanthropists do, and those are not the only times that your philanthropic actions should be felt. We have individuals, for example, I remember the Heart Foundation started by Kanu Wankwo, right? Played a big role in saving some people who had, similar conditions to what he had. If you didn't know, he had a heart issue and he had to be operated on, right? And it was a huge miracle for Kanu Wankwo to go on to have the sort of career he had later on in his playing days, playing for Arsenal and then eventually Portsmouth in England. Who would have thunk it? But it happened. What exactly are we not doing right, or what exactly should we be doing to get more people to become more philanthropical in their actions? Yes, I know some of you are going to call and say, oh no, they like to give quietly. Yes, but you see, there are some things, right, that when you start to do, you don't even need publicity. It will just spread like wildfire on its own.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. Muriel is on the line from Africa. Muriel, good morning to you, please.
Hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, Jude, I've always told myself that when I come into morning, I'll set up a home for the elderly because of the way. I'll just go to the villages, send my people. If you cannot take care of your elderly parents, your aging parents and relatives, if they don't have children, especially the ones that don't even have children, alive anymore, just bring them in terms of medication and the proper feeding, proper food to make them grow, gracefully as they are growing older. That has been on my because of the love I have for my grandmother. Now, there was a time I went to a university, one of these federal universities and hospital, teaching hospital, and I saw each time I do go there. First time I go, I see some persons. They'll just come with them different colors of t-shirts, and they will go to different sections, even the emergency section, pediatrics, and they'll be sharing things, toiletries, and then they'll pay bills for. There are some that have not even paid. They discharge them for a month. They're just hanging around, begging, looking for ways to be discharged. No money. Now they will do one or two that they can. And all these are foundations. People are really doing foundations. And maybe, I don't know if some of them are registered. Maybe that's why we don't know. But trust me, people are doing, people are trying. And there was a man, too, in the box unit. He came and there was no light. Maybe when they wanted to perform a surgery on him, something like that, there was no light. Do you know that this man is a billionaire? He set up a very huge solar panel, big. The hospital gave him a space and he set it up just to power that particular section of the hospital. So for me, I think people are doing a lot. But in the U.S., all those places, most times they are registered and you must be registered before you take out these responsibilities. But in our own Nigeria or Africa, You can just come up and say, okay, want to do something, and then just go ahead and start doing its philanthropic activities and the rest. For those that are so huge, Dangote and the likes, there are no, but people are actually trying their best as much as they can. And I encourage people to do more. Thank you, Jude.
All right, thank you very much. Miriam, good morning to you. And now we have Zion on the line. Zion, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
I want us to get something straight this morning on this discourse. Are we looking at NGO or philanthropist?
Philanthropical acts.
Philanthropical act. And I think it can also be associated to NGOs and non-governmental organizations.
Yeah, they sort of go hand in hand. Yes. Some people have foundations that you can call a term, NGO. Yes.
Yes. In this part of the world, I will appreciate those who are genuinely carrying out this act. Genuinely. And may God bless them. Some in their little way, some in their mighty way, some either by cash or by kind. In different dimensions, I appreciate them. They are selfless people like that. But I have the problem with the political steps, which are much in this our environment. They are more. Most of those actions you see them carry out have motives. 2019, I wanted to register an organization. So I said for a best caption and to reach out more, let me do it through my state and went through the office of the special duties. Brother, when they showed me names and documents of NGOs in my state, Bayelsa State, the first question that came into my mind is why are our people helpless?
Right? There are so many of them.
My brother, you cannot count NGOs we have in this environment. Mama and Pikin, na NGO. Husband and wife, na NGO. I'm telling you what I saw that day. I said, I don't want to be part of this mediocrity. I walked away. I did not register it. Sir, the way we move these NGO things are all politically motivated for government to give them money or one of those international organizations just to collect
to get grants to do certain things.
Get grants and share among themselves. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If not so, the number of NGOs I saw their representatives and documents from the Greeks, from here, my brother, why are we suffering? Where is the help from these people? They are not genuine. That is why I started with appreciating those who are doing it genuinely. But ask the question, you want to be a philanthropist, but when you are a child, you are a very greedy person. You're growing up, you are very stingy. If now you want to become a philanthropist, let's ask ourselves that question.
People change, Mr. Zion. People change.
Jude, there are some, you call me change. I want to hear an encounter, not just a change. You may be changing to incline to have more money. They will give you 5 million. You will pocket 4 million. Buy noodles of 1 million. Oh, we are philanthropists, an organization. And let's look at the Americans and these other people. They are so melancholic in nature. They can give you all their money. They don't care. You know why? In the next hour, their government will come to their aid. But here, how do we source for funds? Do you know people that apply looking for funds to carry on one philanthropic activity in this area? Some even come to us, so they write to, I can show you later, so plenty you and messages, so you want to carry us, so we need funding. We want to do so. We need funding.
But that's the way it happens even abroad. Like I made mention, there are cancer foundations. There are foundations to help people with glaucoma. Yeah, I'm talking about in the West now, right? These things operate in similar fashion, and there are people who have also taken advantage of the system. But like you said, and you are not far off from the truth from what I've researched on in the past 2 or 3 days on this, right? That even in the international space, Mr. Zion, there are people who take advantage of quote unquote foundations and they smuggle children out. They traffic children for drugs and prostitution and all those kind of things. But it doesn't stop the genuine people from doing good. So how do we get the Nigerians to do? Because I don't think we should be raising our shoulders to be competing, because like you said, it is good to do these things quietly. But look at 100 names mentioned, right? And the wealthiest man in Africa is the only one that is mentioned. I didn't know men who are as wealthy as Dangote in the whole of Africa, in the whole of South Africa, in the whole of Morocco, Egypt, that couldn't have done more than Dangote.
Jude, if you want to say the wealthiest men, there are a lot of Nigerians that are wealthier than Dangote. A lot of black people who have money more than Dangote. It's just Dangote that they just want to put it. You know why? He can trace his wealth. Sir, when you talk about non-governmental organizations, philanthropic activities, and so on, before you will get there, there must be an encounter. If you don't have that encounter, you can never be a philanthropist. Either you survive hardship, survive poverty, survive health issue, something, accident victim, survive something. It might also be from divorce, it might be from land issues, it might be from conflict and encounter. Because of this thing I suffered, I don't want people to
go there. Yeah.
Let me become a philanthropist, or let me register a foundation so that I can now reach out with my story. Most of these foundations and philanthropists in our environment, do they have a story to tell you?
Okay.
Let me stop here, Mr. Zion.
Frank is on the line from Mungboba. Frank, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, Jude, I want to believe that you remember that name, Frank, that called you yesterday during the period of this PhD, like...
Yes, the power issue, yes.
I don't know whether you promised that you get it.
Yes, I'm waiting for a response on WhatsApp. I have sent the complaint. I'm waiting for a response on WhatsApp. So in another 20 or 30 minutes, we'll do a power update and I'll share the information I have with you and the general public.
Jude, let me quickly tell you now. After that call, miraculously, they brought light, which I've never seen for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And as I'm talking to you now, we still have light.
Yes, I was about to say that.
We would like to watch a Europa final. It has never happened before. This is what my neighborhood in the group, in the neighborhood where I stay. They went and met the NEPA office along HCA Road. The NEPA office is in darkness too. But now everybody's enjoying it. Maybe those people listening to your calls. And I'm calling especially to thank you. No, Frank.
It's only our job, please. It's only our job. It's them that you should be thanking. Frank, thank you very much.
It's a very beautiful feedback. Please keep it up. And in my place, Igbo, if you place the tapioca prepara, you will do a better one. I hope this feedback will make them to do better instead of withdrawing the good efforts they have made in the last 12 hours.
Well, we hope so. It is the hope. That's why we have this program, to do stuff like this. But Frank, thank you very much.
Just to give you this feedback, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, now let's get to messages. WhatsApp, okay? And I can confirm that some of you have sending me. In fact, some of you have sent me your request for the mathematical set. Yes, thank you very much. I love this message. Remember, I was trying to remember that instrument that was in the math set. It's called a pair of protractors. You know, it has a sharp pin, and you use it to draw angles, arcs, and perfect circles. Right? Thank you very much. I'm very pleased. With that, but no name there. Okay, all right. And this one says, "Good morning, Jude. This song, now, wow. Oh yeah. Oh, the song by Victor Waifo. Good. Don't worry. We have more coming. We have more coming. Don't worry. We have more. Trust me. It's a throwback Thursday. Hopefully, we leave you with a sense of good nostalgia. The aim is not for you to go back and stay in the past, right? But to take the positives and say, okay, all right, good memories. All right, let's enjoy today, the gift that is today. 92.3. Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
If I tell you what NGOs in Nigeria. So, you'll be surprised. In fact, you know that we are wicked to ourselves.
Oh dear.
This dollar they collect from the Western world is just to enrich themselves. Let me tell you, in 2018, Otedola's daughter, open an NGO. So I think it's a copy or so.
Okay. He has two daughters.
The amount of money that was donated to that NGO is enough to make a state wealthy. But today, you can go back to history. You can Google it. She opened that NGO 2018. I think Dangote even gave about $1.30 million at that time. They pack that money and give to that girl. She went and she wants to study masters or what. And today nobody is hearing about that NGO. As well as Apada Izo.
Well, okay, wait.
Who can still come and calm people in this part of the world? NGO here, that I have said, it's just where you are like you now. You just maybe say you are using your platform to assist people. That is your NGO. That's what you are doing. And I think the best NGO now is social media. Kudos to Veritas Man and others who are using their platform to help people. Apart from that, anything paper NGO is fraud.
So how then do we get people? Because I don't know if you have seen the list, right? But there are very famous names on that list, and not so famous names also on that list, right? That's the Time 100 philanthropist, right, of the year. But how can we get more people to do good things? Like I said, I'm sure you are used to seeing people during Salah. They are distributing small packs of rice around the mosque. During Christmas, people go and carry goats and go and kill somewhere and call all the people. And Easter as well. We want to move away from doing that in periods. Want them to be happening all the time. How do we do this?
The problem is, like I said, if you come under an umbrella to do that philanthropy gesture, it will not work. One person there will sow a bad blood. Doing it individually is the best form of your NGO. Because that way you are not taking advice from anybody. Like I said, you are using your platform to assist people, either to generate money to treat somebody or to channel people's complaints appropriately. That is the best form of NGO you are doing. If I use my platform to say, like December, most times I buy rice and I go to the village and share it with people who I think will not be able to afford it. That is the best thing I'm doing. But for you to now say, okay, let's come together as a team, while and all that, you now begin to go from office to office to collect money to just to type phone. Okay, we don't have car. This NGO with this mobility that will take us around. Mr. Governor.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But see, if you do it like that, it means you become more organized. Take a look at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for example. They are organized. There are other big foundations that they have these things. So there's a level you grow to. If for you now, you are buying food stuff to take to the village. What if you are now led to say, you know what? It's not just my village I want to do. I want to do 2 or 3 more villages. You will need more logistical assistance.
Okay, I know you are trying to maybe align my thoughts with yours, which I'm never going to accept. Look at all the NGOs. Go to government house today and ask for a copy of NGO. 90% of those persons are government officials, either at the House of Assembly member, a councillor, a chairman. Most of them that own those NGOs are all within the corridor of power. What are they using those NGOs to do? They've laundered money through that NGO. I am telling you, I have a personal information about this.
No, I don't doubt you, sir. Because I don't doubt you.
Dude, forget about private individuals who are going about doing their genuine work. Almost 90% of the people registered NGO in this Port Harcourt or Nigeria check their origin. Either their brother is in government or they are in government. Why ask of them, why is it that anybody that gets to government, the first thing he does is to open an NGO? Is to launder money through that organization.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You don't blame, and like I said, I wouldn't blame anybody who is suspicious about, CSOs and NGOs. I wouldn't blame anybody. Yeah, because there's been a lot of things happening here in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria. Now, WhatsApp. This one says to claim that people who do foundations just do it for political purposes or because they want grants is false and insulting. One of the reasons my husband got my attention out of all the men that claimed they wanted to marry me was because of his kind and purposeful heart. I was living full-time in London at the time, and when we were talking about our plans for the future, I saw that my notes on what I wanted to do in terms of charity were similar to his. I think it was as if he had hacked into my laptop and seen my plans. He is very into health education and making life easier for folks. I'm very into women's rights and access to justice. My other half and I have been to hell and back. Anyone who knows us knows that we have no interest whatsoever in politics. I will not give my name because my husband and I choose to fly under radar. We have done things for people with our money and connections that many cannot imagine. Not for reward, political ambitions or clout. Let's stop getting it twisted. From Anonymous. And like Zion said, yes, there's some people who are genuinely doing these things because they've been through something and they want to help people get past those same hurdles. Big Tim says, hello, Ju, good morning. I hope I'm not too late. I need math for my kids. Oh, what time was 9:45? Big Tim, you're late too. The people we are going to select are going to be those who sent their message at the 9:30 mark. So 9:30 it is, and there are a lot of messages here. So I'll filter through and I'll send a message across to those individuals who will be getting the mathematical set. And yes, once again, thank you. I can't remember who that person was who reminded me of the item I was looking for. It's called a pair of protractors. All right? Pair of protractors. So I'm refreshing the live feed right now on Facebook at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. All right, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Please. All right, WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Tunde Oyedeji says, generosity is all about giving out what you still cherish, not what you're about to discard. People give out only when it's time for politics or just for friends and neighbors to see and praise them. Giving quietly and genuinely is more rewarding. But when someone gives publicly to encourage others to do more, is a way I feel is okay. We are so religious in this part of the world, but it is also said that the most acceptable service to God is to be a good man. Let's be philanthropic with no strings attached. Cheers, Jude. That's Tunde with that comment. Tunde, thank you very much. That's basically the posture, of many Nigerians. Okay, all right, okay. Let's give, but don't bring cameras to give. But like I was telling the last caller, sometimes your actions would not necessarily require that you have a record, but it would just draw.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.